Good morning from the National Weather Service here in Pocatello. My name is Carter, and this is your Southeast Idaho weather hazard briefing for Tuesday, July 29th. Key points we're going to focus on today. Got those daily thunderstorm chances continuing through the weekend. We'll see those peak in coverage each afternoon and evening with some isolated stronger storms possible. Temperatures will remain near normal to above normal, highs in those 80s and 90s through midweek, but a cooling trend starting Thursday will help knock those temperatures back down into the 70s and 80s by the weekend into early next week. Elevated fire weather conditions will continue due to a combination of thunderstorms, breezy winds, and very low relative humidity. Did again see several fire starts out there yesterday. And taking a quick look at satellite imagery for you this morning. Mostly clear skies out there to start the day. Few isolated showers and thunderstorms up into the central mountains, primarily Custer County up into Lemhi. But outside of that, best chances will be later today. So mostly clear skies, expected increase in cloud cover later today with those shower and thunderstorm chances. And to look at the bigger picture for you, so there's that large low pressure system in the Northeast Pacific. That southwest flow is continuing to send several shortwave troughs here into the Pacific Northwest and Northern Rockies. That'll keep moisture transport and sufficient instability going as we finish out the week, helping to keep those daily thunderstorm chances around. And your weather risk outlook for the next 5 days, mainly focusing on a mix of isolated to scattered showers and thunderstorms, peaking in coverage each afternoon and evening. And while everybody will not see a thunderstorm during this time frame, fairly isolated as you get across some of our lower elevations, wanted to highlight the threat there, at least for just isolated coverage region-wide, a bit more scattered as you head further north. And again, primary hazards with some of those stronger storms, centering around gusty winds, small hail, and heavy rain. High temperatures and RHs out there for today. Another hot day out there in the mid-80s to mid-90s. Low triple digits further west. But afternoon relative humidity staying very dry. Teens and 20s for most. 20s further north. And wind gusts and thunderstorm chances for today. So again, best chances for thunderstorms will be further north and east. A bit more isolated across the Snake River Plains south down into Utah. But at least wanted to highlight those isolated chances there, as even if you don't get a thunderstorm, some of those gusty outflow boundaries could lead to some impacts during those afternoon and evening hours. And from the Storm Prediction Center, again, supporting those best chances staying outside of that Pocatello south into Utah corridor, further west, north, and east, with the HRF model probability of thunder showing about a less than 10 to 20% chance of thunderstorms in that corridor, but certainly better chances as you head up north. And taking a quick look at timing for you today. So outside of that isolated activity in the central mountains, we'll return to dry conditions throughout the rest of the morning. Looking at thunderstorm activity increasing between 12 and 3 o'clock. Again, best chances staying further north during that time frame. But as you can see, heading into this afternoon, some isolated activity possible further south. But the main show today will be centered further north. Some isolated to scattered activity continuing through this evening. Primary hazards, those gusts up to about 50 miles an hour, small hail and heavy rain, but as we head into around midnight time frame, most of the activity will have subsided. And for your Wednesday, another hot day with temperatures in those 80s and 90s across the board, with another round of isolated to scattered showers and thunderstorms, again favoring further north and eastern locations. And for Wednesday, near repeat from the Storm Prediction Center, highlighting that Pocatello south corridor into Utah with the least chances. But can't let some isolated activity, pretty much region-wide, a bit more scattered in coverage as you head further north and east. And for Thursday, start of the cooling trend that'll take us through the weekend into early next week. 40s, 50s, and 60s in the morning, afternoon highs in those 80s to low 90s. And for your Thursday, we'll keep with those region-wide, at least isolated coverage in thunderstorms. A bit more scattered now further north and east, and well as southwest down towards Oakley and Jackpot down that region, but at least keeping that trend going through the rest of the week. And Storm Prediction Center, again, highlighting that Pocatello south corridor, at least the least chances, but we'll keep at least some isolated coverage going region-wide as we finish out the month of July. And first day of August, Friday, August 1st, looking like we'll keep those temperatures on a cooling trend, struggling to hit 90 here in eastern Idaho, so temperatures actually dropping near normal to below normal levels as we start the month of August. And you guessed it, we'll keep those isolated to scattered shower and thunderstorm chances around. That persistent moisture transport into our region, at least helping to keep some afternoon activity around heading into the weekend. And for your Saturday, temperatures do stabilize a bit as we start the weekend. Still highs in those 70s and 80s for Saturday afternoon. And for Saturday, another round of those isolated to scattered showers and thunderstorms, looking like a near repeat of coverage that we saw there on Friday. And for Sunday and Monday, that cool down becomes a bit more pronounced. You're seeing highs dropping more to the 70s to low 80s across the board. This is about 5 to 10 degrees below normal for this time of year as we head into next week. We'll see exactly how this temperature forecast evolves. Bit of discrepancies in model guidance that far out for how cool we get. But certainly here, this is look at the national blend of models, helping to cool us off heading into next week. And to look at what's to come from the Climate Prediction Center, again, highlighting those best chances for below normal temperatures across the entire gem state. So normal highs this time of year are those 80s and 90s. Expect not really cold temperatures per se, but certainly those highs in the 70s and 80s will be much appreciated. And a mix of above normal and below normal precipitation across the west, blocking high pressure to the south. A bit more active storm track to the north. We'll be kind of stuck in between that, so maybe some isolated activity continuing in that 6 to 10 day period. With respect to temperatures, looks like we do moderate as we head into that August 5th through 11th time frame. Highs pushing back up into those 80s and 90s. And 8 to 14, little change there on the pattern. Below normal favored precipitation to the south, above normal to the north. We'll kind of remain in the middle there, so near normal for us this time of year. Isn't a whole lot, but we'll keep some isolated chances around into the early and middle parts of August. And that's about all I have for you this morning. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please feel free to send us an email, give us a call, or check out some information on our website. Have an awesome Tuesday.